know you're somewhere, somewhere.
Hi Sag, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today's Sag, you guys got Rhino Spirit Overcome Any Obstacle number 5. I honestly feel like with the clover coming out and the key, they're giving you everything you need to overcome this obstacle. So I don't know, for everybody here, I think the obstacle is going to be very different, but I'm getting here that like they're giving you the key. Like they're handing it to you. They're like, here you go. With the clover, that means luck. And the key is also like, again, having the key to open a door. So I feel like if the obstacle is, again, for everybody, I can't think what the obstacle is for all of you. Like some of you guys, it could be work related. Others of you, I think it could be in relationships. But I'm getting here that like this obstacle that maybe you haven't been able to overcome for some time now, they're giving you the key. Like they're literally giving it to you. Like I don't even know how else to explain it. I just feel like they're literally like presenting you the key. They're like, here you go. Like we're giving you a pass here. Let's go. Now, it's not to say that you guys haven't done the work either, because when you get to a 5, it immediately like means, okay, conflict, challenge, time to bring it with all you have, right? Like that's corny as shit, but that's the reality. Like you're at a 5, you either go up the fucking hill and overcome this obstacle, or you go back down the hill, right? You can't get to the 6, you can't get to the 7, you can't get to the 8, you can't get to the 9, you can't get to the 10 if you don't get to this 5, right? And you have 6 right after this, so 5, 6, 8, exactly. You're gonna ascend through this obstacle like easily. Let's see what this is about, if this is in love or career. But I'm just getting like, maybe there's been many times you've fallen down this hill, Sag, and maybe there's been many times that you've like wished you could have done something better, and you haven't been able, that's what I'm getting, like you haven't been able to surpass this 5 for a while, and it's like this January, the key just comes to you. It's like in your hand. Like you don't have to, it's gonna come so differently, because I feel like a lot of the time when you were at this 5, you didn't, maybe you just ran away. For some of you, for others of you, I feel like you didn't even want to get past the 5. You're like, fuck it, I'd rather go back. Like, I just feel like a lot of you guys, there was a lot of excuses, a lot of reasons, a lot of work that needed to be done. And I feel like the reason the key is coming to you now so quickly is because the work has been done. So it's kind of like, yes, they are giving you the key, but that doesn't discredit you in any way. Like I definitely think that you've had some sort of growth on your side, and that's why this is coming very quickly, the 5 to the 6 to the 8. And I mean, Sag, you're a fire sign, so I don't feel like moving quickly is going to be a problem for you guys. Depends like what else is in your chart. Like if you have a lot of earth in your chart, I feel like moving fast could be a little bit hard, just because like earth signs hate going fast. They like the stability of like the grounding of like a moment and not like moving super quick through shit. So I definitely think that fast energy is coming through. Like you go 5, 6, 8 quickly, but I think this is like a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull more on this. So Sag, what's crazy to me is like how powerful this read is. Like to be honest, it's so powerful. You end on an ace with the heaven and earth. So it's like you end with an ace and then you have heaven on earth. Like I don't even know, I can't even explain these cards to you. Heaven on earth is like heaven on earth, right? Like everything that you wish you could have here on earth, you have. It's like literally everything you could have dreamt of at your fingertips, but like in the 3D. So it's no longer a dream, it's a reality. And with the Ace of Swords, this talks about seeing something clearly, but it could be more like communicating something as well, because it's a sword. So you end on an ace. It's crazy. Now, I think I see what the challenge has been. I feel like this has a lot to do with love. Believe it or not, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse, the 10 of Cups, and the emotions and intellect. This is all emotions. This is all love, right? And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like something didn't take off the way it was supposed to take off. And I feel like this is a relationship that really matters to you. 10 of Cups is like the person that you want to marry, the person that you want to be in a long-term relationship with, a person that you see yourself building with, right? Like 10 of Pentacles is more of a legacy. 10 of Cups is more like, let's not worry about the future, because we don't have to worry about it, because we have everything we need right now to secure the present. And I have so much faith in you that I don't need to like worry about tomorrow. I just believe in us so much. Like the 10 of Cups is a beautiful card. It can speak about having a family with someone, a higher level of commitment, like whatever. Everything, like the epitome of like the love card, right? You have them next to each other. And then you have the emotions and intellect in reverse, right? So I see here where the challenges were, right? Like where you were getting up the hill and running away or turning around or being like, I can't do this, I can't do this. You have the masculine, feminine card in reverse, and you have the emotions and intellect card in reverse. So for some of you, it's been emotions. I feel like it's been both, honestly. Like your emotions have been turned off. You haven't been trying to express yourself. You haven't been open to love. You've been running away. And for the masculine and feminine card in reverse, this is like a distortion within your divine masculine energy or distortion within your divine feminine energy. It could be a distortion in both. So I see like this is the 5. This is what you needed to overcome to get past this 5. And whether you believe it or not, this January, I see you guys overcoming this. And I don't think it's as hard as you think it's going to be. I feel like some of you are like, yeah, how? Right? Like, how? But I feel like through this not working out initially, right? Like this Ace of Cups in reverse is like a full start. Like something was supposed to get picked up off the ground and it didn't happen, right? So I feel like they're trying to say here with the Ace of Cups in reverse that yes, it was a full start, but with the 6 of Swords underneath it, it's like, but you can still have it because through this full start, you're learning. Like they made you learn through this experience. You see how there's the dark and the light, the good and the bad, right? They're like, we're going to teach you what you need to know so that when this comes back around again, you'll be ready. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you are ready. And I feel like a lot of you guys don't believe that because you're like, maybe you don't see the changes within you as much as like you need to believe in yourself. But I think the reality is that some of you guys could just be copping out, you know what I mean? Making excuses. Maybe you're just too hard on yourself. But I feel like the reality is that like through this not working out, there has been lessons, right? Like we always learn through the good, through the bad, we learn. And honestly, a lot of us learn more through a bad situation, right? Through something that doesn't necessarily work out. I'm thinking of sports. Like you can lose a lot, right? And that doesn't mean that you won't necessarily win tomorrow just because you lost, you know, the day before. It's not just because you lose doesn't mean you won't win as well, right? Like people lose in sports all the time, right? And that doesn't mean that they get thrown off the team or their career is over because they had a loss. No, it's like, what did you learn in that loss? I feel like coaches, if you're talking about tennis, like in coaches, they go through your tape and they tell you like, I know tennis is so random. Like a lot of you guys probably don't play tennis, but anyway, maybe some of you guys do. But yeah, it's like, what did you do wrong? Like, let's go through it, right? Like I was watching your match. You did this. And it's kind of shitty to hear, but it's also like good to hear because you know in the next match, like what you can do to be better, right? So again, you learn through the mistakes, you learn through the losses, you learn through the fail of losing a match, whatever. And that's what they are saying here. So it's like a lot of you guys are like saying, well, I fucked this up. It didn't work out. And now this person or this dream that I had doesn't exist anymore. And that's bullshit. I see that it does. And I see that you did learn. And a lot of you guys you're discrediting yourself or you're too hard on yourself. And that's some dumb shit. It's so dumb. Like we all make mistakes and we all try to do better. It's like, are you going to try to do better? I feel like you are. I feel like you are, especially with the Ace of Swords out here and the 3 of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to do better because here I see you imbalanced and not wanting to communicate because you're imbalanced. So of course, like if you're not feeling good about yourself, you're not feeling good about where you are, why would you want to communicate to somebody? Like you obviously don't have like the confidence within yourself to talk to somebody, to communicate, to tell them like, you know, I messed this up, but you know, I still want to work things out, or I know that this didn't work the way that I wanted it to work, but I did learn a lot of shit, and I think I could do a lot better in the future. And this is like where I see you guys didn't communicate that. You didn't want to talk about it. You lacked communication with the partner, and it was because of these imbalances, like the imbalance emotionally, the imbalance in your feminine and masculine energies, right? But look at what you have at the end, Ace of Swords. This is you correcting that mistake. So if in the past you were not wanting to talk about what happened, not wanting to communicate about the future, not wanting to like say what was on your mind, right? Because I feel like on your mind is the 10 of Cups, right? So again, how you feel about this person is they're your everything. Like you know that they're your everything. And I love that intuition is underneath it, because it says like there's a deep subconscious like knowing about it, right? Like your third eye, like all parts of you know that this is like the right person for you, like this is your 10 of Cups. And I just think you're just being too hard on yourself, Sag. I think the key here is honestly this communication and this working together. Like 3 of Pentacles is like, let's work together. Let's put our brains together. Let's you know, let's work together. I don't know how else to say it. Like, he is putting blood into the dirt. So it tells me like you're willing to sacrifice what you need to sacrifice for this. And I think a lot of you guys are just, I feel like a lot of like discrediting yourself. Like saying, oh, well, I messed up here. How do I know I'll be better? And how do I promise I'll be better? Sag, by putting in the effort. Like here, you didn't want to communicate. You didn't want to talk about things. You were just kind of afraid. And the Ace of Swords is like, okay, we're going to tell you. Again, you have the key in your hand. The key is learning from the past and moving forward in a different way. If you do something the same way 100 times and you don't get the outcome that you want, don't you think that it's time to change things? Like if you haven't been communicating your feelings, if you've been emotionally blocked, if you've been distorted, don't you think like these are things that you have noticed and can change? And I feel like the answer is yes. 3 of Pentacles, you're going to work with somebody. You're going to talk to them and you're going to work with them because you do know that this is the person for you. Heaven on earth. Like, I don't only want this in my dreams. I don't only want this in my subconscious. I want this in my reality. I want this in my everyday life. I'm sorry. Maybe all it takes is a freaking apology, guys. Like literally this Ace of Swords can be anything. It can be an apology. It can be a communication of what you want in the future. It could be communication about what you see happening in your life. It's just literally telling somebody how you feel, what you think. And I don't think it's as hard as you think it is. I think in the past it was harder because you were very blocked and you had, again, emotionally unblocked. If your heart's blocked, there's no way that communication can come honestly. Emotional communication can come honestly through you. And obviously that was an issue. And if you're distorted, you know, your masculine is not giving and your feminine is not receiving. So if you're a masculine, you have a feminine and a masculine side, right? And the masculine is supposed to give and the feminine receives. But if you're sitting in a distorted masculine, maybe you think that you should be receiving everything and you shouldn't be giving anything at all. And if you're in a distorted feminine, maybe you think that you have to give and give and give and give and not receive anything. Like those are the distorted masculines and distorted feminines. So whichever one you fall into, maybe you were both at one time, whatever. This is also over. You have the Maiden, like you're moving forward. You're moving forward and you learn. This is what you learned. So I don't see any distortions here. That's not to say you're perfect and you're gonna do everything perfectly, but this is like, I'm gonna put in the work. 3 of Pentacles is like, let's work on it. Let's try. Like if I communicate what I want and need and feel, then how the fuck could this not work? Literally so simple. If I tell you what I need and you tell me what you need, and I'm sitting in my divine masculine or divine feminine energy, which is like, again, if I'm a feminine, I'm going to receive. If I'm the masculine, I'm going to give. Because when you give, you receive, right? It like works hand in hand. So it's not like, oh, the masculine gives, the feminine receives, and that's it. No, then the feminine will give to the masculine and open up to the masculine and give the masculine everything that they've ever desired, right? Secure feminine can give you everything that you want. But an insecure feminine or a masculine that doesn't create security for a feminine, that just leads to this right here. So I see movement in your life and in your love life, Sagittarius. I see you doing things differently. And they say like you're the only one who has the key to opening this door. So you want to open a door to a new life, a life where you're partnered up with somebody. They're actually saying it's you hold the keys in your hand, and all you have to do is communicate honestly and openly. So let's pull some advice for you, Sag. Yeah, look at this. You have friendship and union. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have romance and connection. There's two people in both cards. So it's like, obviously, you guys are headed into romance and connection. So it makes sense. You're going from a friendship to a union, to a romance, to a connection, right? That's what I was saying. You're going from the 5 to the 6 to the 8. You're going quickly. You're going very quickly. And I think, again, I'm not stressed about you guys going fast because I feel like it's something that's just been overdue, if that makes sense. And for some of you guys, I just feel like you're ready. And again, if you're hard on yourself and you're not, you're being too hard on yourself, then you'll never be ready, because this isn't about guilt and this isn't about picking at yourself. This is about acknowledging what was and letting that go so that you can create a better future for yourself, Sag. So I see you going from friendship to union. I see this connection working out for you. Again, you had the potential. All you have to do is trust yourself and speak the truth, right? And put effort into this. And it's like, literally, that's it. I see the keys like in your, like, literally, I couldn't think of a better time to do this. I couldn't think of something that's more secure in terms of like working out for you. So yeah, Sag, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time.